There's it. Hey, how's it going? So I'm going to show you my first ever long form live show. I've done short live shows before with that Tango Talento, Mucho Talento, that Spanish talent show I went in Hollywood for without knowing a lick of Spanish. But this is my first long form show just for practice. If you don't remember, I've done a trick shot video with the Meade longbows, and David Meade was coming down to Middle Georgia with Joel Graves with American Survival Company, and they're doing kind of a primitive weekend where they make bows and teach all kinds of bushcraft. Like Joel Graves, I was there and he made a fire, and I wasn't there the whole weekend, but I got to stop for a short time because we figured it'd be a good idea for me to come out there and, you know, show the class a few of my trick shots. If you don't know, I'm starting to try to do live shows, and it is a whole different thing. Just being in front of people for me is kind of something I'm trying to overcome. Shooting's not that bad, but the whole, you know, talking in front of an audience, and it wasn't even a big audience, and I was getting kind of nervous in the beginning, but I believe I opened up and had a good time. So if you want to do one of these classes, I mean, it's awesome. Check out American Survival Company. And you can learn how to do all that kind of stuff, make fire by hand and all types of way to, you know, forage and just survive off the land. And it's really neat. And he does all these classes, you know, you make your own bows and all that stuff. So, I mean, it's super affordable. I think the price is way low than what it should be. But it's a really neat class if you want to learn them types of skills. It monsooned the day before. So I even had a tree come pretty close to my truck, maybe 15 feet away from my truck in the house, and it was super windy, so I didn't bring out any trick shots I would do with balloons. So typically in a normal trick shot show, I would do like multiple balloons, curve shots, ramp shots. So this time I just threw a bunch of disc up, had some really good shots, and brought out the clay thrower and had a good time with the clay thrower. So check it out, tell me what you think. Just remember, this is my first time really talking in front of people for a long time with a bow. So it's just something I gotta do. I gotta keep on doing it, gotta get better at it. So thanks for watching. All right, how y'all doing today? Good. All right, so David already told you I'm gonna do some trick shots today, and what I'm using is a recurve bow, and you can do trick shots with the bows you have now. And what I'm going to be doing is instinctive archery, which David probably already taught you about this. Basically, it's muscle memory. I shoot it enough where I know where that arrow is going to go. I'm going to show you different ways how I'm going to shoot, and I'll tell you kind of step by step. So basically how I got into trick shot archery, I was really obsessed with archery, and then I got burnt out and got tired of still targets. So I went to moving targets and never stopped from there. Like fell back in love with archery. So we're gonna start out with disc, and you can get these, like you can get foam insulation at Home Depot or anything like that. These are actually cut out from Morel broadhead targets. So they're self-healing, so you can shoot it over and over and over. The insulation, they'll last about 20 shots, but you can get, you know, get them pretty cheap. So if I was getting into this, I'd like to throw up the disc real close and then work myself back whenever you're trying this out. So we're gonna throw up one real quick. We'll get the throw right that way, a little bit to the edge. All right, now we're gonna start doing another shot. This time I'm gonna turn the bow sideways. So whenever I'm doing a different shot, it's all about consistency. Same, like I'll have the same anchor point wherever I go, if it's behind the back, with the feet, whatever.
So this time I'm gonna throw it up, turn the bow to the side, and normally I'd shoot dead on it. This way, the arrow is gonna go right to what I'm usually used to. So I'm gonna pretend mentally there's a disc to the left of this disc. Now, I'm gonna turn the bow this way. Are y'all shooting with your fingers? What you do, instead of pulling it back like this, you kind of point your hand down, and you can hold that arrow, you can control that arrow in any way. But this way, the last shot, I was aiming to the left of the target. I'm gonna be aiming to the right of the target this time. There we go.
There you go.
All right. Let's get into some funner stuff now. For this shot, I'm gonna be shooting behind the head, like this. All right. For this shot, I'm gonna be shooting behind the back, like this. All right, this is the new shot I just learned this week. I'm gonna lift up my leg and shoot under it like this. All right. For this shot, trust me, I'm gonna be safe. I'm gonna throw up the disc, put my hand back on it, spin around in 360, then shoot it.
Have you tried with both your eyes closed yet?
I could. I just have to be consistent. It's all about the throw. So if I know where that thing's going, I can eventually hit it.
I couldn't do what you do with 4 eyes open.
All right.
6 hands over the legs. I couldn't do it. Are you using an anchor point?
So I'll go back to the anchor points. So basically with instinctive shooting, it's like a rifle with iron sights. You got a front sight and you got a back sight. So as long as the front sight's on the target and your back sight is back here, you can move it anywhere. Just make sure it's in line with the target. So basically, how I was aiming with the right with the shot like this, with the behind the back shot, my rear sight's up here and my front sight's down here. So I'm going to be aiming naturally way high over the target. So I just have to compensate that and aim low to hit the target. So with the anchor points, I like to behind the head, I like to keep my wrist just right on my neck, like right here. And then behind the back, I just lay my hand right there. And sometimes I shoot like this or shoot to the side, whatever I'm kind of feeling at the time. It's hard to aim when you're doing shots down here. Like you could mark your limb if you really wanted to cheat, but you have to do it for, each distance. So here we're just going to do 2 arrows, 1 disc. There we go. All right. Let's do 3 arrows now.
You want to make sure you really kill that deer.
Yep. It's triple the cut, if you shoot a deer with it. You go pick up some arrows. That's the only problem with shooting multiple arrows. You gotta go pick them up a lot quicker. Yeah, so basically I'm doing these little shows just to try to get experience to start doing live shows professionally. And before I did that Spanish show, I didn't shoot in front of anybody. I just shot in front of the camera, and it was just me in the backyard. The first time I ever got to practice, I had everything where I was shooting every try, just like I did today. But first, I was hitting everything first try. Called my mom. I was like, "You gotta come see this." Missed every shot. Okay. So it just takes a little practice in front of people. It's almost like, kind of equivalates to being in front of a big deer or something like that. I know what it is about it, but I'm a socially.
You just got to get used to just being there, you know, around. That's why he's, you know, out here, guys. So
yeah,
cheer him on and questions, you know, I guess.
Yeah.
Keep them talking, because what that does is.
Now we'll try some. We're gonna try the 360 shot again, but with 2 arrows. We'll do another 360 shot, but we'll do behind the head too. And a miss. There we go. I'm going to do 2 arrows behind the head. Whoop. Always want to look out of the corner of your eye in case one of these fall, because it could be really dangerous. There we go. I ain't going to play with that anymore. Getting too risky. So let's throw up a can, see if we can hit this can out of there. Hit it with the feathers there, so whenever I'm missing, and it's easier if you have a camera in slow-mo, if you're shooting stuff out of the air, sometimes you'll catch little things you missed when you go back and look at the footage, and it kind of helps you in the future shots. Like right there, I just seen that I shot a little bit to the right of it, so I'm gonna try to compensate and aim like about a ½ inch to the left. See if I can hit it. All right. Got a little dirt in my fletch in here. These are flu arrows. This is what, if you're gonna go out and shoot in the yard without a backstop like this is what I recommend. Just because they slow down a lot quicker, so you don't have to go chase 200-300 yards after your arrows. They'll stop, you know, 100 yards at the most. So for this shot, I'm gonna throw up a can and try to hit it with 2 arrows. That's a 2 arrows in the can shot. That's a 2 arrows in the can shot. All right, let's try to do some other stuff. We're gonna throw up a ping pong ball and try to hit it. There you go. We'll try to get a better hit than that one. That one might have not hit exactly the tip, but it hit the arrow. That one hit it too. All right, we'll move on to a different shot here. So, one of my most popular videos is that I shot an arrow up in the air, and when it's come back down, I hit it and broke it. So today we're not going to do that. But I'm going to throw one up by hand and just hit the arrow. That's the arrow. I mean, to show y'all. This is a shot I just learned yesterday. And I just did one shot, so I wanted to try it with y'all. Actually, I got 2 shots. I totally forgot about it. My mind's going blank here. I got 2 shots. One's a real weird shot, and one's gonna be a little bit of a tough shot. All right, so this is a PSC snake. It's high dollar, $40 bow right here. So it's only about 20 pounds. And the reason I want it to be 20 pounds is because I'm going to be shooting it with my teeth. That's a disc shot with the teeth. All right, next. It's gonna be tough because it's mostly about the throw and just really good timing. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna throw up 2 discs, and hopefully it'll spread out just enough where I can shoot 2 arrows into 2 discs in one shot. Now it's gonna be a tough throw, and it might take me a couple tries to get the throw right, and I gotta quickly read how the discs are gonna be. Preferably, I want it to be like this, but sometimes I'll go like this or this, and I gotta try to compensate and turn my bow and to get the arrows in there. So we'll try that. Might take a few shots. We'll see what we can do. The wind's not gonna be a help here. And that's a 2 disc and 2 arrow shot. And that's a 2 disc and 2 arrow shot. So now we can move to the clay. Sorry.
Awesome.
So you said preferably you wanted the discs vertical,
Up and down.
up and down. What angle are you going for when they're up and down?
So the way my arrows are, and they'll shoot straight. Like if you say you're regularly drawn, they're gonna shoot up and down. So right there is kind of one up here, one down here. So I turned it real quick to get the arrows to, go in the disc. So, I mean, you could shoot like anything from like this to like this, like any way. You just got to turn your bow to how it's gonna, how they're laying. So anyway, it's gonna shoot, one up here, one down there if you get it all right. So. All right. So right here, we got a clay thrower, and this is the direction it's pretty much gonna go. So basically what I try to do is, of course, hit the clay, but what I'm thinking here is, first thing, I'll try to find the clay with my bow and then follow it and keep on following it until I release the arrow. So we're gonna see how many clays we can hit. That one hit it with the feathers, so I'm leaning it just a tad bit too much. There's a hit. There's a hit. Let's see how many we get for a... It hit it, but it didn't break it there. All right, what do we got there?
20, 25.
You got 20.
Okay, 20. I'll deal with that. Got in a little groove there for a second. All right, let's try some other shots. Let's do behind the head. This is kind of tough. It's kind of a tough shot. They're traveling pretty fast. There we go. Gonna be honest with you, I tried that like 10 tries and I couldn't get it earlier. All right, we got a few arrows left. So this is a compound right here. I haven't touched this compound in almost a year, but I'm just gonna teach you my process and how I would shoot a new bow and how I do with instinctive shooting. So I'm not gonna use it. There's sights on here, but I'm not gonna use the sights. But we'll use a release. But basically, as long as I'm consistent, I can get this shot through. So I'm gonna pull back. It's 60 pounds, ain't terribly heavy, but pull back. I'm just gonna keep the draw. I'm gonna pick just kind of a place to rest my hand on, and I'm not looking at the sights. I'm just kind of looking at the target when it comes out. So that was a nick. All right, so I was a little bit ahead of it. So now I'm gonna aim a little bit lower, but hopefully not low enough where I'll miss below it. So I was just leading it a little too much. I was good left and right. So I let it a little bit too low. It's about 6 inches under it. So now I gotta find that little sweet spot in between. There we go. That's the third try from not shooting this compound in like a year. So basically you can instinctive shoot with anything. You can do it with shotguns, you know, compounds, recurves, pretty much slingshots, anything. And y'all have any questions? Anybody?
How many hours a day do you practice?
Whenever I'm filming videos, I'll try to go out once a week for about 2 hours and try to get, like, I like to just try new shots. Like I'll sit at my house and I'll just write down, you know, different shots to do. Just like that, like the teeth shot. I just like thought about that yesterday. I seen a YouTube of a Paralympic archer shooting with his teeth. And I was like, I gotta try that. You know, I gotta throw a disc up for the under the leg shot. Tried them this week. And what I'll try to do whenever I'm doing videos and stuff is I'll go a week for about 2 hours and I'll try to get anywhere from, you know, a dozen to, you know, 20 trick shots, new trick shots for that week. And then whenever I'm doing like a show, I'll try to practice. I'll try to get out there every day, but I didn't have a chance. I went on a filming trip right before this that I wasn't expecting. It was just out of the blue, so I didn't get a chance to practice. I got to practice a little bit with the disc, and then last time I shot clays was about 6 months ago. So it's like riding a bicycle. After you do it for a while, you'll get, you know, you won't forget.
Hit 20 in a row.
So did any of you?
Like the easiest, safest way if somebody wanted to kind of like get into like a water bottle with rocks or something?
Yeah.
That if they, and it's like the biggest learning point from that is you keep following it until it's there.
So I'm like, whenever I throw up a target, first when I do the self throw, it took a little while to get used to not looking when I'm grabbing the air, like grabbing the string. It took a little while because whenever you first start, you might miss the string, or you might grab down here or up there. So it took a little while for that. But basically what I do is I'll throw it up, and depending, I'll try to have my bow kind of where the target should be sometimes. And I'll throw it up and then I'll follow it. And whenever I feel about the time I get to my anchor point, I'll just let go. And then somehow it works.
Has it ever, like, do you bird hunt with bows?
Yeah, I do quail hunt, mostly just quail hunt. And it's really fun.
Yeah, that's how I found him, guys. He has a video on YouTube throwing a water bottle up. It's got like, it's filled like what, halfway probably, you say, with water or something, or rocks, I can't remember.
Yeah, it's got rocks and stuff. I like to use rocks just because if you do have water in it after the first shot, it's pretty much done. What I've been doing lately is just filling up cans with great stuff, the little foam insulation, and it adds a little bit of weight to the can, and your air doesn't blow through it where it tears up the fletchings.
That's a good idea.
I did that with like I stabbed a basketball. And I put Fix-A-Flat in there, and at first I thought it was a waste of time, but after a couple days,
Wow.
it's a pretty decent little.
Yeah.
Probably some cool stuff you can come up with that.
That's a good idea.
Like bouncing it off of something.
Yeah.
But if you haven't checked it, he's got a YouTube channel and he does amazing video work too. It's a pretty cool channel, really entertaining, and he puts a lot of work into it, obviously. But he's a great videographer as well.
Yeah. Tell everyone about your actual full-time job.
Yeah. So full time, I produce hunting shows, and I started working. Well, first I went to a camera school, Campbell Cameras. Then I went to Zimbabwe in Africa for 6 months and filmed big game, top five, like the big five stuff, elephant, leopard, buffalo, stuff like that. Came back here, started working for a show called Trophy Quest, and I still do stuff from time to time with them. And other shows you might have heard of, Gridiron Outdoors. There's Marty Fisher's If It Flies, Mike Stroff, Savage Outdoors, T-Bone, Bone Collector. I filmed him. He actually has the same bow, and I filmed him shooting a buck this year with the same bow, same poundage, 45 pounds. And trying to see you all. Can't even think about half the people I filmed. I filmed quite a few people in the outdoor industry, and that's basically, you know, I do YouTube stuff now. Whenever I was doing the TV show, I'd done some stuff for them, and then kind of quit. And then whenever I started doing freelance, I started back up doing the videos and doing more trick shots and stuff like that. Decided to try to make a career out of it. So, yep, I appreciate y'all, you know, watching me, and if you have anything you can, you know, any pointers you can tell me to do, I really appreciate it. I just want to get out in front of people, and, you know, at first, you know, I was kind of stuttering, and it kind of opened up a little bit now, but I'm still pretty socially awkward. So,
We all are. Thanks, man.
appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, thank him for coming out, guys. You know, this is, as you can tell, I mean, it's a big production. You know, he set all this up by himself, came out here on his own, you know, just to do me a favor and show you guys what is capable with, you know, a bare bow.
Yeah. And all these trick shots can be done with, you know, the bows you make too. And if you look on YouTube, I have a video of just using his bow.
Awesome. That's very cool. You guys
So,
want to help him clean up?
If any, does anybody have their bow with them?
I do.
They can use mine or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Come on out. I'll get y'all to hit a disc.
Let's go.
Yeah.
It doesn't get any better than that, guys. I mean, when you got subject matter experts, take advantage.
Thanks for watching. If you want to join one of these classes, don't forget to look up American Survival Company on the internet. They got a website, American Survival Co. And check out one of these classes. I've seen that they're doing one in Costa Rica, so that's super, super neat. I might be doing some more stuff with them in the future, and I'll be getting out there doing some more live shows, hopefully. See y'all later. That's how you do it.